Good afternoon, Musketeers. It's September 21st, 2018. I'm Lily Walsh.
And I'm Nick Walker. This is Xavier News.
From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
On Wednesday, Diana de la Garza broke the silence on the drug overdose of her daughter, Demi Lovato. Demi was rushed to the hospital on July 24th when a reported drug overdose took place in her home. With the star in critical condition, family members, friends, and fans stood by anxiously to hear updates. Diana's recent opening up about Demi's overdose assures fans that she has received all the help she needed in the past 2 months. Diana said, quote, "The reason she's alive today is because of the millions of prayers that went up that day when everybody found out what was happening. I don't think she would be here if it hadn't been for those prayers and the good doctors of Cedars-Sinai," end quote. Diana reported that Demi has been maintaining sobriety and a healthy balance. In the meantime, Diana, along with many others, are continuing to fight the opioid crisis that is happening in America. They encourage anyone who is struggling or knows of anyone struggling to reach out to Facing Addiction with NCADD.
Today in America, over 100,000 people are looking and waiting for organ transplants. This is almost tripled from last year. Scientists and researchers are looking for ways that animal to human transplants can be preserved longer and possibly print out organs. Logically, on TV shows and on the news, you hear organs are mostly kept under ice. But according to the scientists, new devices can keep organs at body temperature. According to scientist Shekhar Kubal, keeping the organs warmer will allow doctors to, quote, "see how the liver will work in the patient without actually trying it out in the patient," end quote. This being said, more risky organs can be used now if need be. A big goal that we need to look further into is getting into simple bioprinting such as cartilage, skin, and even hollow organs like the stomach and bladder. By doing this, we can help some of the tens of thousands of people dependent in need of organs.
This Saturday and Sunday is Cincinnati Oktoberfest in downtown Cincinnati. Oktoberfest is a celebration of German heritage that began in 1976 and has continued today. It is attended by more than 500,000 people, the record of 575,000 people being set last year alone. The admission fee is free, and there's an entire schedule of activities that will take place during the day. If you're in need of a fun weekend activity, head downtown for food, activities, and a good time.
Busy this weekend? Instead of sitting around on campus, come down to downtown Cincinnati and use the Bird scooters. Going a whopping 15 miles an hour, come down a ride next to the riverside of the Ohio River and all around the city of Cincinnati. Only costing 15 cents a minute, you can ride it for a long time at a low price. By simply getting the Bird app on your mobile device, all you have to do is scan the barcode on your scooter, pay your dues with a debit or credit card, and you're ready to go. Don't forget to be careful by following traffic laws, staying in the bike lanes, and not riding on the sidewalks.
The Literacy Center of Greater Cincinnati has been helping people learn to read and write.
Here's Connor Dermody with more on the story.
The Literacy Network is a referral and hotline agency. We are the partner agency for this area. So if anybody has any literacy-based questions, they contact our number, and if we can't provide a direct service for them, we will refer them to one of our partner agencies. We help both adults and children. The adults are those who need basic reading help, which is up to a 4th grade reading level. And we're able to do a screening for them, find out a class that fits their location and their reading level, and then we also match them with a tutor. In addition to the adults, we help children through our Children's Basic Reading Program. We also have a Winners Read character, or a Winners Read tutoring program, and then Winners Walk Tall is a character building program. I think it's probably the most difficult for our adult students to stick with the program. It takes a lot of courage for them to even walk through these doors on that first day to be screened or to even make that phone call. A lot of the adults have been embarrassed because they haven't been able to read, and like I said, it takes some courage and bravery to call. But when they do, we really welcome them, and we're anxious to get them started. Sometimes people get frustrated, and it takes some additional encouragement, but I think they find other fellow students in their classes that they really bond with that help them through, as well as all of our teachers know that the struggles that they're dealing with.
Before, I was not know how to read. And now, when I come here, it's my life changed because before I was learning to read. Now I'm reading to learn. It's changing my life. I can do something for myself. I passed my driver license. I do the cooking class for the Cincinnati cooks. And now I can do something, a lot of things for my children, helping them with their school, homework. When they come home, I used to try to figure out what I'm going to do to pay somebody else to do for them. Now I don't have to. As soon as they get home, when I'll do, look at their book bag, see what the note they put there, and see what they do, the school, the day, and to try to figure out help for them. I don't have to find anybody to do that. I can do it myself with them.
The Student Government Association of Xavier University will begin campaigning after fall break of this year. As of now, 5 consisting groups of president and 2 vice presidents will be on the voting ballot. Candidates are currently collecting signatures and promoting their names in order to be on the ticket. Official elections will be on Wednesday, October 17th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's important that every student uses their right to vote. Students interested in the candidate groups will see promotions around campus in the coming weeks.
Take a break from your homework and come out for our 2nd annual meeting for the new comedy show, Xavier Tonight. Have any skills in comedy, acting, writing, or even camera work? We are looking for as many people as possible, so just by showing up as yourself, we can definitely find a spot for you. The meeting should run from 6 to 8 p.m. so you have time to eat and get a good night's sleep for the next day. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact myself at 908-300-7581. Again, that is 908-300-7581.
All right, that's all from the news desk, people.
We'll be right back with Paul Fritzner and the Xavier Sports Report.
All right, hello Musketeers, and welcome inside the studio to today's edition of the Xavier Sports Report. I'm Paul Fritzner, and I want to let you know what's been happening lately in the world of Xavier sports. So probably the biggest story so far this year has been the development of the men's soccer team. They lost a couple of key pieces from last year's squad in defender Corey Brown and Matt Visquenza, but they're not lacking in talent this year in 2018. They have yet to lose a match, turning out 3 wins and 3 draws en route to a 3-0-3 record through their first 6 contests of the year. Goalkeeper Zach Nelson was just named the Big East Goalkeeper of the Week last week, and has been a huge part of that effort, allowing only 3 goals over those 6 matches, and 2 of those 3 goals came in 1 game alone. Notably, Xavier played to a scoreless draw against top 10 opponent Kentucky last week, and then on Saturday notched a 3-2 win against preseason favorite in the Big East, Georgetown. Now to cap it all off, Xavier entered the national rankings at number 20 this week, in the College Soccer News Top 30. It's the first national ranking for the team this year. They've also been receiving votes in 2 other major polls, so they're on the rise. Tonight at 7 p.m. at the Xavier Soccer Complex, just down the hill, the Musketeers will take on St. John's as they look to keep this hot streak alive. Now elsewhere around the pitch, the women's soccer team saw defender Grace Barr be named the Big East Defender of the Week this week for her performances on the field during Xavier's 2-0 stretch over the previous 7 days. The junior helped Xavier to wins over Dayton and Miami, both of which came with a 2-0, or 2-0, I should say, final score. The Musketeers will open conference play this coming Sunday at Creighton with first touch scheduled for 2 p.m. Volleyball is also opening Big East play on the road this week, and everybody's traveling around as they take on the Red Storm of St. John's tonight and the Pirates of Seton Hall tomorrow. Enjoy your weekend in New York, everybody. Now, I'm a senior this year, which means you only have 1 year left of me and Fritchner's Friday Fun Facts. And today's comes courtesy of a common phrase a lot of you might know. When you say you win something hands down, that phrase originally referred to a jockey who won a race without having to whip his horse or pull back on the reins. For those of you going to Oktoberfest downtown, I'll be there tomorrow. Come say hey. Enjoy the cooler weather and have a great time. All of us here in the studio wish the entirety of Xavier Nation a fun, relaxing, and safe weekend. Let's go X.
This is Xavier News.